How are you, dear student? I hope that you are keeping well by the grace of Allah. Today, I will discuss about a poem, English first paper, classes 11, 12, and Talim. Unit 4, lesson 2. The name of the poem is Blow, Blow, the Winter Wind, written by the famous poet William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is the greatest dramatist and essayist in English literature. He is a very genius poet and writer. No other poet and writer in English literature has occupied much famous position like William Shakespeare. All of his writings, poems or drama bear testimony of his genius. So today I am going to discuss a famous poem of William Shakespeare. So dear student, let's read the text. Blow, blow, thou winter wind. In the first line of this poem, the William Shakespeare here he has addressed the winter wind, and he has said that the winter wind, let's blow your wind. Thou art not so unkind. The poet has said that the art of the winter wind is not unkind. Is not unkind. So here lies some great thing. The poet has said that the winter wind is not unkind. In the poem, the poet has made a comparative study between winter wind and human beings. In the second line of his poem, the poet has addressed the winter wind as unkind. In the third sentence says, the poet has said that as man's ingratitude. So William Shakespeare says that man is ingratitude, but winter wind is not ingratitude. Man is unkind, but winter wind is not unkind. Winter wind is kind, winter wind is gratitude. On the other hand, man is unkind, man is ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen. The tooth of the winter wind is not visible, undoubtedly, because thou art not seen. The art of the winter wind is not seen, is invisible. Although thy breath be root, here the poet said that the breath of the winter wind is root. That means in the winter morning, if you recollect the winter morning, at the very morning, the wind blows, the cold wind blows, and it seems that the winter wind, whenever it attacks our body, we feel very unhappy. At that time, we use many clothes to support ourselves and to keep away from the winter wind. So the poet had said that the winter wind, the art of the winter wind is not seen, though the breath of the winter wind is root. So here the poet has said that the winter wind is something, the breath, that means the wind of the winter morning, is something root. Hey-o ho, sing hey-o ho unto the green holy. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere fully. Then hey-o ho, the holy, this life is most jolly. Freeze, freeze, the bitter sky. At the time of the winter morning, the sky remains cloudy, and uh, the cold and the fog is everywhere. So the environment and the weather remain so uh, cloudy that things at a little distance cannot be seen. Everything remains gloomy. The life becomes jolly. That means the life become at a state. Every activities of the people remain stopped because of very fog. Many accidents also occurred at that winter morning. You know that does not beat so nigh as benefits for God. In these two sentences, that does not beat so nigh as benefits for God, the poet has claimed here that though the winter winds so unkind, though the winter winds so ingratitude, so cruel, and so much very harmful for the people at the time of winter morning, but on the other hand, the poet has said that the people, the man, they are selfish, because whenever you need help from your friend, so they don't keep beside you at the time of your sorrows, at the time of your bad dates. But whenever you are in the happy moment, in the happy days, you can get many friends to pass your happy moment. That means sometimes the man, sometimes your friend, every man assumes as a person of selfish. They are practicing to gather their own interest, to fulfill their own interest. You can see your personal life, you can see it also in the social life. In the society, there are many kinds of men. Suppose to say the people of higher class, aristocratic people, they have no time to see the frustration, the sufferings of the lower caste people. But you know that man is for man. It is the moral duty of human beings to stay beside the people or another man, another woman at the time of both sorrows and at the time of both happy moment. But people don't practice this nature. They only practice their evil action. They are searching how way and which way they can get their own interest, they can fulfill their own demand. So if you recollect your moment in your personal life, you can see that whenever you will be in good position, you will get many friends. But whenever your position will be zero, that means you don't stand in good position, at that time you have no friends. Understand? On the other hand, the nature is every time by your side. Both you are in the good moment, both you are in the bad moment, in the sorrows or sufferings, every time the nature will be in the same way by your side. Okay, so the poet has successfully depicted a true picture and comparing study and contrast between human nature and nature. Though the waters warp, the sting is not so sharp, as friend remembered not, hey ho song, hey ho, unto the green holy. So the friend, if you help another friend, another person, they will forget your benefit, they will forget your good things whenever you will be in that moment or in the time of frustration, in the time of sorrows and sufferings. They will not stand by your side, but the weather, the winter and the nature, that means nature, will be your side all time. So here the poet wanted to make us understand that human nature and human beings forget the help of other, their brother and the friend. It is very unbearable if you help your friend and the friend if forget you, your friend if forget you, so it is unbearable, it will be unbearable for you. You will not bear the sufferings for being ingratitude of your friend. It is unbearable. But the winter wind, though it is very cold, but it can bear, it is bearable. So the poet has said that if nature in the winter morning become very wind, but it is not unkind, it is not ingratitude, it is not forgettable, it is not selfish like human beings. Understand? So by reading this poem we can realize that how genius is William Shakespeare, the greatest poet. Understand? Thank you, dear student.